Hey, what's up ladies and gentlemen? It is I am the one and only Sylvester the Cat here, and I'm back for some more yet again for the likes of the Maxi Toys videos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Mario Party 2 for the Nintendo 64. So last time we have basically just went through the entirety of Bowser Land, and despite it was a bit rough around the edges in the beginning portion, but later on I sweeped the actual bonus stars. And I've managed able to claim all of my victories in all 6 main boards, which I felt was like super surprising. Especially noticeable about the fact that, you know, since that overall we did manage to able to actually just have a fun time with these boards. Well, I was in last weekend for Bowser Land, so to speak. So today, for this particular today, or in this case specifically, for Saturday, we're going to be tackling through the majority of Minigame Land, or Minigame Park. However, I'm going to able to do the Minigame Park until at some point tomorrow, because today, we're about to be showing off the Minigame Stadium. Even though that is different from the likes of Mario Party 1, as you can see, we have 3 different modes. There is Battle Mode, we basically face off against each other in the random minigames. Duel is pretty much the same, except with the forms of dual minigames focus. And the second and the third option, as you can see right there, is the Trial Mode. And for those of you who ever played Potter Skills before in Mario Party 1, basically it's kind of like the equivalent to, or a spiritual sequel to Potter Skills. But this time around though, is that, well, I think we ended up on a different shape of a board. Because I believe in Mario Party 1, that basically you'll be able to go around the star-shaped board. Whilst in here, well, I'll show you what I mean whenever we get into that specific stuff. And of course, much like in Mario Party 1, you can able to actually set the handicap for the amount of coins you can get. Like, you can either set it to 0 or 50, but let's not do that right now, because otherwise since I've already 100% everything for the majority of this game, meaning about the fact that I'll show you guys more about it specifically until tomorrow for the sake of the minigame park. And yeah, let's get this thing to it, in Minigame Stadium for Mario Party 2. Structure-wise, it plays exactly like how it did in the new forms of the main boards, and in addition to Potter Skills, Minigame Stadium board in Mario Party 1. Except the noticeable difference being about the fact that this is on Mario Party 2, and also to top it off, is, well, as I said before, it's gonna brings us to a different shape of a board. Like, in Mario Party 1, that is a star-shaped board, but now in here, it's basically like a figure 8, which almost like a reference to something related to Mario Kart 8, when they bring into the forms of Mario Circuit in Flower Cup. So, yeah, and talking of which though actually, is the fact that in the minigame stadium itself, in Mario Party 2, obviously there aren't any stars laying around, and also that, you know, much like in Potter Skills in Mario Party 1, those blue and red spaces does not affect it on your coins. The only time it does though is the actual minigames themselves, just like in the forms of in Mario Party 1. And obviously the newest additions this time around is of course the battle minigame spaces, which might be self-explanatory if you manage to know what this is all about. So, but either way though, that's all I can honestly try to say about this for the most part. So, a few things I want to explain about this is that recently, today's day is of course the 19th of December today, in this case in 2020. Speaking of such though, we've already got about 6 more days to go until Christmas Day. So naturally speaking, until when it gets to the point until before Christmas Day, this Let's Play will be finished before Christmas. So it might be a perfect opportunity if we're able to actually do wrap things up with this particular game before we move on to Christmas Day, alongside with the true final Let's Play in 2020, but then again, we're not gonna spoil things majorly just yet though, because we're not exactly at the end of the entire year just yet though. Especially noticeable with the, you know, almost approaching to 2021, which I'm still really hoping that there'll be a better year than the likes of 2020 was. But, again, I'll let Maxi will mention more about it until when he, discuss upon that until the final, video for 2020. So, yeah, basically it's like a figure 8 circuit, as you can see right there. And basically, just like in Mario Party 1, that you could also receive coins thanks to that toad over there. And that way you can able to actually get 10 coins. So, you know, it's kind of like similar to the ones in Mario Party 1, except that Koopa Troopa is being replaced by the green, well, a different colored toad, as you can see on screen. Even then, though, that he usually becomes a host in the minigame land, or just the minigame land in general. Although Red Toad is still pretty much visible for the whole entire minigame instructions, as you can see right there, which I honestly don't mind it. Oh, damn it! Yeah, as you can see, I'm playing as Yoshi for this board, or to be more specifically in this minigame stadium video, because it makes it pretty obvious, because I haven't selected Yoshi for quite some time, since, I think the last time I played as him was actually in the forms of Western Land, which I, did manage to win that board in that time. And looks like DK is out, which is not good. Come on, Wario, I definitely need some more coins here. Even though I would like to win, though. Ah, oh, really? You just messed it up! Ah, you greedy man. Anyway, sorry about that, but, anyway. I suppose there are some possibilities I would like to mention before, you know, when this Let's Play will be finished by then. Honestly, there's not much else I can honestly try to talk about this, aside from the fact that, well, recently that, speaking of Mexi, actually, he recently managed to finish up with his Let's Play of, Knuckles and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 recently. And, obviously he mentions a lot for the sake of the forms of the Game Awards 20. And, I haven't really heard from him yet, though, which, I'm sure most of you guys may already notice by that whenever he, mentions more about the forms of the Game Rewards, or the Game Awards 2020. So, but either way though, because I'm sure I don't think I can able to mention that again, so either way though, let's just go ahead and deal with Cheep Fossil thing here for Crazy Cutters. Now, if you couldn't tell already, for the likes of that particular time link for the sake of this video, this is much longer than the forms of how it does it on Mario Party 1. Because, although, in Mario Party 1, I believe the actual minigame stadium itself will probably took me about, let's just say about 40 minutes at minimum. Whilst in here, I think it's pretty much a guarantee for a 50-minute mark. So yeah, you probably get the idea of how long this video will take. And unfortunately, I've seemed to have lost, Crazy Cutters, but I can definitely see why, that, most people find the chain jump one is incredibly easy. Although for me though, for Blooper and the Cheep Fossilized, those ones are the hardest of the set. So, that's why, because of how the fact that I wasn't really paying that much attention to that, so... Oh yeah, talking of which, in the forms of, the minigame stadium itself, usually it has, like, lesser amount of spaces this time around, compared to the forms of how it does it in Mario Party 1. That in Mario Party 1 does manage to retain 29 total spaces, like, 24 blue spaces, 4 red spaces, and 1 minigame space. Which actually grants us a grand total of, 29 of those spaces. For Minigame Stadium in this particular game this time around though, specifically the trial version of it, managed to obviously obtain up to 23 spaces this time around. And the amount of blue spaces they have is about 18 blue spaces, and there's about 3 red spaces, and 2 battle spaces. So, yeah, I can usually guarantee about that specific amount of those. Specifically with that amount of spaces that you can obviously manage to able to actually just to go through. By the way, for that particular the green toad that I mentioned earlier, ever since in Journey Forms a few moments ago, he does have its actual name, by the way. His name was Battle T, which obviously representing with the forms of Battle Toad, which I'm not exactly sure how I usually call it that, but either way though, well, it wasn't until when Mario Party 3 came around that it usually calls it Battle T as the actual name for Green Toad, by the way, so But at least I like to call him Battle T for the sake of this game, even though well, it doesn't have a name yet in Mario Party 2, but usually that's as far as I can usually try to guessing for that such. So anyway, bowl over. Obviously, I pretty much guarantee I'm also able to try to avoid that, you know, that green shell to be expected. Apologize for that particular commentary. It gets a bit more, well, slightly less mentioning than the forms of how it does it on the previous Mario Party 2 videos. Because honestly, it's the fact that because we're almost nearly at the end of 2020 at this rate. So, and also we're about to be preparing ourselves the special event for specifically until, oh, why does he goes after me? What did I ever do to you? Ah, it doesn't matter. But regardless, we still managed to win nonetheless, so... And also, if you're probably wondering about the fact that, is Mario and Luigi were able to actually get involved in Minigame Stadium? Well, the truth is, though, is the fact that you guys have already seen Mario and Luigi ever since during the final main board of the games, of course, Bowser Land, so there's no real getting deep into that. Well, at least I did manage to bring back DK and Yoshi, or talking of Yoshi, I'm going to be playing as him for the sake of this board. So, or in this case, in this particular video. And as far as doing the minigame coaster, as far as I'm aware, I will definitely say I will try to able to actually do it. Because I know it's definitely one of the hardest things to do in Mario Party 2, because I'm sure most people seem to already come across by that. But let me know in the comments below of what you think about the forms of minigame coaster, because it is essentially a lot harder compared to the forms of how it does on Minigame Island from, let's just say, both Mario Party 1 as well as Mario Party the Top 100, because well, at least in Mario Party the Top 100, I'm pretty sure that you've only come across into like God knows, like 97 minigames out of 100 or something. Although I may be wrong, but at least I'm guessing it correctly. So even then though, and also during the forms of in Super Mario Party in the challenge road, aside from the fact that they're able to obviously include the normal objectives as well as the expert objectives, mainly with the forms of, you know, with the minigame called Pie Hard. That normally in the normal version, that you simply have to win as many points as you could, whilst in the forms of the hard challenges, you have to win without even getting pied. So, yeah, I still find that to be one of the hardest challenges in Super Mario Party in terms of Challenge Road, along with the forms of getting all of the routes or routes you can take for the sake of River Survival Mode in Hard Mode, because I can never able to accomplish that. But hopefully I might as well get back into that at some point, until God knows if Nintendo were able to make the next Mario Party at some point in possibly in 2021, if depending on the forms of the actual troublesome developing time, which I'm still a little bit ticked off whenever when some of these other games can take a really long time to make. It's understandable if they're able to make it a bit more polished and everything, but as far as hyped games are concerned, I'm just getting tired of the forms of long-awaited hiatus for the sake of hypeness is involved. But that's probably how it is. Alright, bumper balloon cars, so ever since that last time I seemed able to actually got screwed over, but at least as far as I'm guessing correctly, but hopefully I'm also trying to able to win this somehow. Alright, let's see if we can able to win these coins though. Wario got screwed over instantly. Ah, no! Back off, DK. Oh my god, that was so close. All of a sudden, I'm almost gonna get myself a bit screwed over when DK almost popped my balloon. But still, regardless of everything else though, that was actually a really close call. Even then though, that might be some conceptions like this. When certain minigames will attempt to frustrate me sometimes whenever I manage to trying to do my perfect run-throughs or something, but it knows what it is. Alright, so let's see what DK is gonna land on. Oh, damn it! Oh, we have another battle minigame. Of course. And yeah, this is what usually happens whenever we come across into a lot of battle minigames in a majority of, you know, minigame stadium like this. So, you know, it's kind of like the equivalent to, you know, in Mario Party 1, that usually some opponents manage to rarely occasionally want to able to land on that, excuse me, land on that particular, the minigame space for the one-player minigame, but, either way though, that's all I can honestly want to say. Oh jeez, that was close. All of a sudden I was gonna get guaranteed to get myself screwed over. In fact, I've almost screwed over just around here. But we're doing like hardball bomb and all that stuff, so even though that's all there is to it. And DK's out, so it's you and me, Warrior, once again. And hopefully I should be able to guarantee to get my coins back. And even just trying to double up as well. Well, somewhat if it's possible if I could possibly try to double it up though, but at least as far as I'm usually already noticed already, so... Anyway, not much else to tell. Although apart from the fact that until recently today, I've recently managed to play through, on my own time actually, I recently played through, Night into Dreams for the Xbox Live Arcade. The reason being for that, because I recently just unlocked, well, let's just say Christmas Nights mode. And, obviously, if you guys should already know about this, ever since in Journey Forms of Christmas 2016, we obviously did manage to play through, you know, Christmas Nights playthrough, which is pretty short if you say so. And, I was quite pleasantly surprised that I've now finally able to actually unlock that thing again, except on a different console. So, yeah, I thought to myself I was gonna able to try to, like, do that and such. Alright, so we have Shell Shots. Oh, goodness gracious, that was close. I almost gonna get myself screwed over if I able to... Oh, whew, that was really close. And, all of a sudden, because I almost seemed to able to actually miss shot on, either Warrior or DK, but usually I just manage to take down DK like no sweat whatsoever, but usually, relatively speaking, I've almost seemed to miss shots for Warrior, but hey, at least that's something. And I really do love the fact that one thing I should probably able to give this minigame stadium some appreciation is that I really do love the actual atmosphere of the actual board itself. Even though it might be pretty similar to the forms of how it does it on, well, minigame stadium for Mario Party 1, except the fact that while everyone else is crowded, just like the forms of the first game, and also they brings us to some interesting, events, or specifically some of those Olympic events, like, hammer throw, as you can see on that little, green field stuff right there, which I actually do like that particular touch to it, which, that was before when Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games was a thing, until 2007 came around, when, the Wii version came out first, and then the DS version afterwards, so... But usually that's how it usually goes, basically, so... Okay, so we go with, bumper balls. I don't mind this minigame, it's just that I haven't exactly win yet, so... At least as far as I can usually think about it, because the computer players are getting a much more, what's the word I'm looking for? Gets a bit more aggressive than the forms of how it does it in Mario Party 1. Because, most of the time is that the computer players always know, the actual patterness to it, for the sake of, you know, just trying to able to actually just a bit more confident, to able to actually just trying to able to become a lot of victors here, so... Yes! Screw you, Peach! That's pretty swell. Especially noticeable, I've now finally need to win that minigame for sure. But what's interesting is that since we've always managed to win through, the hill of the island where it has, like, small hills and such, we've never actually come across into two other variations of the minigame, which usually has, like, you know, the lava pit, kind of stuff, as well as the icy mountain kind of segment, which I wasn't exactly sure why I've not actually come across into those, themes yet, which I don't understand why that, we didn't seem able to come across to that, so... Oh well, no big deal, but at least it's something we can able to obviously see what's going on for the sake of some of these other minigames that, we have already seen, so... And by the way, weren't you able to actually bypass the, Battle T right here? Basically that, he'll give you like 10 coins, as I said earlier, and, basically he'll tells you the forms of some status about, how much, what turn we in. And also that's how much laps we've went through, so although I may be miscounted on it, but either way though, that's all I can honestly try to say about the forms of Minigame Stadium itself. But yeah, that's all I can say. Oh come on! If I was way good down the barrel, I probably could have won that. Even though that it seems this kind of feels like, I don't know, incredibly predictable at times. Oh, jeez. I still hate the controls of this minigame, I just hate them. If I was gonna imagine trying to do the minigame Coaster playthrough, that's the minigame I do need to practice, though. This is the only minigame I have to practice now. Because I can at least manage to win Abandoned Ship and Skateboard Scamper for several times. But, usually, I have no idea. I think Sneak and Snore is definitely one of the hardest minigames. Even though I just managed to win some easy ones, but I still have no idea why. Sneak and Snore is definitely one of the hardest minigames. Which, thankfully, it is not brought back in, the top 100. If they imagine that, were able to include that, they can at least manage to fix something like, you know, just positioning control stick and also the, huge emphasis on timing and what have you. And, at least imagine that they were able to actually fix that, but it's already too late. It's not going to include it, so... Oh well, not end of the world honestly, but it's just the fact that I was able to actually just try and mention about that specific stuff at one hand, so... Alright, so we're doing Tipsy Tony again. So, obviously we played that minigame a lot, but hey, at least that's something we can obviously try to replay through it again, but at least I did manage to win it again. Alright, something's worth noting for those of you, the bronies out there, is that I am pretty much still watching, My Little Pony The Best Gift Ever, holiday special, because obviously Christmas is getting closer. So, but either way though, and then so far I've still managed to able to enjoy that particular special, despite my, little gripes I have with that particular special will have to be by the forms of Spike Rarity kind of relationship, gets a bit old really fast, for the sake of the forms of that specific, special, but even then though, some people don't mind that at all, but I don't know, it just feels kind of nitpicking to me, especially when, usually it always attempts to happen throughout the majority of the series. I understand with the forms of, some of the other character developers out there, who are able to actually just try to make it a little bit more, I don't know, relationships stuff, I suppose. Alright, so here we go with Toad in a box, and oh wow, that was a really bad start. But at least I did manage to recover myself from there. And obviously, since of the fact that Minigame Stadium does manage to contain the battle minigames and all that stuff though, and I believe Minigame Stadium does not include the item minigames. Although the duel minigames was included in the Minigame Stadium, but it's only accessible in the duel mode, but that's how I can usually think about it, so... Yes! Alright. Whew. That was actually pretty close, because at first I thought that Peach might able to actually get the last Toad, but luckily for me I did manage to able to get the last Toad in time, but at least it works for me. Alright, so we're on the halfway point already for the sake of the Minigame Stadium, so despite how long this particular video is going to be from, and I will able to actually classify for saying this is definitely one of the longest videos of the entire Let's Play of Mario Party 2, because of how the fact that there's going to be a lot of events like this, with, you know, battle minigames, and usually some battle minigames might able to actually just drag on for a little bit. mainly with the forms of some luck-based minigames, mainly with Bowser's Big Blast and all that stuff, but usually that's honestly all I was gonna say about this for the most part. Oh yeah, something's worth mentioning at this point as well. You know what the forms of that particular board called Spaceland? Remember the forms of that particular coin laser beam kind of segment? When Bowser managed to able to unleash his coin beam. If you ever played that particular board on the Wii Virtual Console version, it does have a graphical mistake, mainly with the forms of likely just managed to fade out and all that stuff, injuring really weird graphical capabilities on the emulated Wii version. But usually for me, that I prefer playing this on the original form because of it just managed able to get almost every single flawless parts for the majority of any other games like that. So I know I'm being too harsh on it though, but it's probably just me anyway because of some graphical mistakes usually happens most of the time for certain emulation games most of the time. But usually that's honestly I was able to try to say about this for the most part, so. And of course we're playing Crane Game, the longest games of the bunch, which it might be seems pretty standard stuff because you know, computer players always seems to want to go after the watches though, but either way though, that's I honestly I was gonna able to actually just try to, well, you know what I mean. But anyway. Okay, let's see what DK is gonna do. Of course, he's not gonna do anything. Oh yeah, another thing I would like to mention is that also during around in 5 days time, that the new Pixar film is going to be releasing in around the same time, which is of course Soul. And I definitely heard things about it, and I might actually give that a watch at some point. But I'm still not entirely sure if I was gonna able to actually pick it until the DVD version will gonna come out, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what happens there until, specifically until 2021 and beyond, for hopefully a much better years than this year was. But anyway, yeah, that's all I can honestly try to say. Wario almost managed to able to catch up on 3rd place, which he was off by 1 coin, so that seems a little bit obvious for the sake of that particular result. And looks like we're playing another battle minigame, so could imagine if we can able to actually show off every single battle minigames all in one particular minigame stadium as a result. But hopefully we've actually come across into some easier battle minigames for sure. And I like how we do not play any of the luck-based minigames of the battle minigames so far, for the sake of the forms of minigame stadium, so. But you know, you get the idea of how this will go. So either way though, we'll try and go ahead and steal some more mushrooms. I think I'm much more focusing on Wario as it is, even though I would try to able to aim for Donkey Kong or DK, but at the moment he's actually. Oh no. Aw, you. Fine, you take that mushroom. I don't care. I don't flipping care. Anyway. Okay, that's fine. I'm hoping I can get the majority of those mushrooms though, because otherwise, is it a 20 coin battle minigame? I'm pretty sure it is. And, well, looks like I'm the victor here. So, at least I get some of my, my coins back at least, so. Let's see how much coins I get back from. 56. Awesome. Awesome indeed. Even then though, what if I managed to able to actually, first time I did minigame stadium video, we did manage to done this within like 3 parts back in 2000. Well, the first time I actually did this was actually technically back in the forms of 2013, just around until when E3 2013 was on the horizon, and I just have no idea why I just managed to able to did that back in the day. Now of course that particular quality back then was actually pretty rubbish. Like we still managed to able to use that really terrible 240p camera in order able to aim it from the TV screen, which is, again, seems very out of place with that particular quality standpoint, as far as you guys should probably already notice at this point, unlike certain YouTuber out there, which is Mexi10 of all things, but I just don't really care for that. But anyway, and yeah, I've managed to no longer have that original video of Mario Party 2 Minigame Stadium back in 2013, and I've managed to redo that the second time, which thankfully is a bit better than the forms of how it does it back in 2013 is, but it does have some same exact issues, but a little bit different this time, mainly with the forms of, like, although the actual capture quality is passable, however though, I could not be applied for the actual sound mixing issues, so yeah, because I thought to myself that, yeah, it doesn't look quite right though, because you can't really hear my commentary, and also the game's audio seems to get a little bit too loud, and obviously since I was going to be doing a lot of commentary back in 2015, I did not notice what the actual settings in between, you know, every single parts of this though, so even then though, yeah, that's what I can say about it. I mean, yeah, that's as far as I can usually just try to say about this for the most part, so I mean, it seems like I could able to probably do that back in the day that was. But even then though, we're trying to able to cope with that stuff, so you can, like, use new styles of the actual stuff, but, my skills back in the day wasn't so much more mastery as you imagined. And yeah, as you can tell from the actual screen right there, I just died because I wasn't paying attention. Come on, Peach and DK, I need some coins. Yeah, sorry about that. I would, imagine if I was able to, like, you know, was able to get a new device for, recording time. I might able to try to consider able to get the timer or something. And that way it will help me out, for the sake of the actual, the deadline between commentary or anything else like that, which I still have no idea what I'm truly saying about this point, because, obviously in some situations like this, whenever I almost done with my recording attempts during my commentary and stuff like that, but whenever when, you know, Waluigi, or Wario for that matter, is always up to something, mainly with interrupting my commentary and stuff like that, I just seriously just managed to able to kick them out on the actual, back garden window, and then they weren't able to, like, interrupt us again, which, either way though, I was gonna able to try to make it up for myself, you see, so alright, another battle game, and once again, 20 coins. Seriously, they always bet on 20 coins. And of course, we're playing the worst battle minigame. I'm really hoping I can able to win this again, just like last time, which, that maybe seems a bit possible for able to actually just do that in time. And of course, the minigame we still have not played yet, which was actually by the forms of a 2 vs 2 minigame called Bobsled Run. And basically, if you want to know what that minigame is all about, it's basically Mario Party 1 Bobsled Run, but it's a bit more longer, and it's also, like, quite fun at the same time. But yeah, that's honestly that's as far as I can honestly try to say about this for the most part, so... And let's see what DK... Oh, wow. Both DK and Wario managed to tie for second place. But luckily I did manage to win by 1 mushroom point, which I'm honestly very grateful, because despite I'm not a big fan of this minigame, and I was so disappointing at the same time, because you have to be so accurate with all the timing of the actual crane itself. Or the actual reckoning itself, which, I'm sure that most people seem to always have trouble with it sometimes. But yeah, let's move on to Skateboard Scamper. And since we already played this one before, so hopefully we should be able to run away from the big boo again. But hopefully we should be able to get some more coins along the way. Another thing I would like to point things out is the fact that, I still have not heard from, Cap King 74 yet, because, obviously, he still hasn't uploaded anything since, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, announcement video with no sound quality, or even in this case, no sound. Oh, jeez, looks like I'm way far behind right there. That doesn't matter. I'm still not a big fan of this minigame though, but it's just that, well, doing my tips and tricks will be kind of understatement for likely how to jump at the right moments with that particular slanted section. But luckily I'm in a massive coin lead, mainly with 253 coins, so yeah, that seems quite a lot, to say that much. Alright, so I believe we're on turn 15 if I recall. Yep, turn 15. So, and obviously that's, since I mentioned this before, that Minigame Stadium does not contain the item minigames, so there's going to be a lot of emphasis on no items allowed for the sake of the forms of this particular, you know, Minigame Stadium itself. So yeah, that's all I can say. And of course, we have the luck-based minigames of all the battle minigames to get, which, you guys should probably already know about that, specifically for that point. And I can honestly do not know if I was going to be able to, it doesn't matter what choices I might choose, so... I think someone did tell me, or someone said in the videos, that I think Boo has the best chances of winning, which I think I already established that ever since the very beginning of the Let's Play, but... yeah, it looks like DK is gonna go for Boo anyway. I don't know. I'm still not a big fan of this minigame because it's just, it's so random. Okay, come on, Womp, you can able to do this. Ah, he fell down. Come on, run up. Come on, almost there. And it's actually kind of a close race in between those kinds of stuff. Like, I think Boo was the winner, followed by, I would say me, or the Bob-Omb, and then Peach. I really don't know. Sometimes, usually third place doesn't give you coins anyways. Oh, I'm in second, so that's pretty swell. The good thing about the forms of the minigame coaster though, they do not include the battle minigames or the duel minigames, which is obviously a good thing, because I really refuse to be able to get stuck onto these luck-based minigames like Day of the Races and Bowser's Big Blast and all that stuff, which yeah, I'm very glad that we did not able to actually come across into those. Until when it gets to the minigame coaster playthrough, which that might be seems pretty obvious, so... although we could appreciate if I was gonna able to try to go for include item minigames as well, and able to use items in a minigame coaster, but it's not possible though, so yeah, I guess that makes it pretty obvious. Alright, we're playing Bumper Balloon Cars again for the second time in a row, and this time looks like I am still pretty much guaranteed to win, even though sometimes getting used to the controls in this minigame, along with Magnet Carter, can take a while. Even especially noticeable with that special minigame, which I'll mention more about that until when we get onto tomorrow's video, because tomorrow's video is not going to be by much, but hey, at least we can show off some of the minigame park features with some of these minigames that we have not played yet for the sake of the entire Let's Play yet, before we get on to the forms of minigame coaster and a special minigame after that. And obviously because of the fact that, well, usually, talking of which in terms of minigame coaster, I might able to decide to do that, although I will gonna do it. But for my daily uploads will be somewhat different. Like, I believe I might as well upload, let's just say, the entire minigame coaster video series in, let's just say, in Monday and Tuesday, and then possibly until next Wednesday, we can probably finish up the entire Let's Play of Mario Party 2. I mean, that's my ultimate goal, I think, for the sake of likely just trying to reach the actual, the time schedule, because otherwise I could potentially try to able to finish this before we move on to the next Mario Party game on the Let's Play for our marathon of Mario Party series. And obviously the next one will be Mario Party 3. So, but either way though, we'll talk more about that until whenever I finish Mario Party 2 first. And it looks like Peach is being bankrupted, as you can see, so she managed to obviously got none of those coins at all, unless she will able to actually get her coins back, so from the likes of 10 coins to be exact, so... Alright, Lavatal Isle. I still have not won that game that much though, but at least I did manage to win this just once though, if I'm not mistaken about this correctly, so... Okay, something's worth noting for this point as well. Since we actually on the last 5 turns, obviously the character spaces, and to begin with the duel minigame will not affect it on the minigame stadium, so... And also another thing is that, obviously that the actual coins affected will not able to actually affect on the actual space, so... Oh, come on, DK, be out already, jeez. Come on, be out. Come on! Ah, oh, son of a biscuit! See, this is always gonna be a draw. Like, it is seriously easy to get a draw in this minigame. And, especially noticeable if you're able to compete against with, computer players on hard mode. Oh man, you're seriously gonna be able to actually get missed potential for able to actually just to not to win that minigame. Oh boy, whenever we get on to the ones in minigame coaster playthrough, oh boy, I'm not gonna spoil this just yet, because believe me, you'll probably find out soon enough, until specifically, let's just say on Tuesday most likely, so, but then again, I'm not gonna talk about that yet, so, before we get on to the actual minigame coaster playthrough, so... But yeah, that's how you can usually think about it. Alright, Bomb Bomb Barrage. I think I'm gonna be able to toss the Bob-Bombs, I think, which, yes I am. So, although honestly I'm not very good at the forms of trying to toss the Bob-Bombs right at the actual rafting player, because most of the time you never know to judge the actual angle, or even the actual adjustment of your power for your throw, or the actual tossing as a matter of fact. But I don't know, maybe it's because I haven't really been into the Team of 3 for quite some time now. Come on Peach and DK, I know you can able to just try to aim for Wario if you can, but I would guarantee that it might not be possible, but yeah, because I think that Bob-Bomb just bounces off the edge of that rafting. Although then again though, it's a good thing that unlike Mario Party 1, that it might seems pretty unfair for the Team of 3, that if they lose a minigame in Mario Party 1, basically they'll just give their coins to a different player. Well, that doesn't seem the case in this game, so at least I don't have to worry about the actual take away coins kind of syndrome. Although, the battle space on the other hand though might be the only way that it does manage to decrease the amount of coins you can get. But yeah, that's all I can honestly try to think about that for the sake of discussing on that point, so... Anyways, give me my 10 coins, Battle T, or Battle Toad, whatever you want to call it. And, of course, I'm landing on the red space, so... I'm really hoping that we can get a 2 vs 2 minigame, that's for sure. But, that doesn't seem to look like it, even for that one particular 2 vs 2 minigame that I've not played yet, which is, of course, Bobsled Run. But, if not, then I can probably do the minigame park video at some point tomorrow. Alright, move to the music. And it's time to pull off some dance moves. You could also just manage able to just do not press anything for that part right there. But I think it will be kind of like missed potential, because otherwise they just know what they're doing. Even on the normal mode, as a matter of fact. So, okay, so Z, And, well, I don't know if this is gonna work though, which I think they're just able to win anyway. Yep, they did win, so... Yeah, I'm not very good at that one, which, even then though, trying to win on a team of 1, sometimes it could be easy, but most of the time, I'm just not very good at it. Although it's not that, well, memory intensive, which I'll point things out whenever we get into the forms of, the minigame coaster playthrough in, Mario Party 2, as I said before. But, yeah, that's honestly, I was gonna able to think about that, so... Oh yeah, something's worth mentioning for this point as well, that, obviously much like in Mario Party 1 in Minigame Stadium, basically you can able to set the number of turns like, 10 turns, or 20 turns, or 30 turns. But for me, I always attempt to go through, 20 turn game, just to make it a little bit more, like a traditional Mario Party Let's Play or something, so... Yeah, I was thinking about that, so... Alright, so let's see. Facelift. So, at least thankfully we did not come across into that Bowser's Big Blast. I think the last time we played that minigame was actually in, Bowser Land. And despite that, I managed able to win by luckiness, so... But at least it doesn't seem to happen this time around though, which, it maybe seems the case, so... Anyways, let's try to mess around with, Peach's face this time. Even for her hair and all that jazz. I think doing Peach's face might be a bit tricky, just because you never know if what you exactly gonna able to, like, mess around with her hair and stuff. But, usually, relatively speaking, that's honestly I was gonna able to try to think about that, so... Yeah, apart from those side of things, though, for this point, guys, I can, honestly trying to say there's not much else I can honestly just discuss upon, because... Again, I did already mention about the forms of, planning to do the minigame. How the hell? I lost by 1 point! That was almost perfect! Well, at least, Peach managed to did her face perfectly. Oh well, whatever. Whatever. I don't mind about this too much, though, but at least it's something, alright? I'm almost at the 300 coin mark, as you can tell. Which, either way though, that might be surely be something, so... Alright, 2 versus 2, let's see. No bobsled run yet, but, hopefully we only got about 1 chance left for able to come across into that minigame, and then if not, as I said earlier, we'll probably show that off and do it at some point tomorrow, so... Alright, so Hen Car Havoc, so... Come on, DK. I know we can able to probably get a team up together, so, but even then though, it will be, a really, really good teamwork if we're able to do it that way. Yeah, just keep on mashing the buttons at all times, because otherwise, if I, somehow manage to able to... Oh, shoot. No, I think we're slowed down. Yep, I think we are slowing down. Oh, this is not good. Anyway, I'm pretty sure they won. What?! How dare you put a new record on their computer players? Ah, great. They beat my record, aren't they? That's something's worth mentioning, by the way. I'm pretty sure it's possible in Mario Party 1 for a little bit, but between Mario Party 2 and 3, if computer players manage to able to actually beat someone else's record, basically that you would expect to able to actually get a new record if computer players manage to win a minigame. But I just found that pretty unbelievable sometimes. But that's probably just me anyway, so... Alright, come on DK, get the blue space. Okay, that works for me. And hopefully, we should show off the bobsled run. Please show up. There it is, there it is, there it is, there it is! Ah! Great. We're doing Cake Factory, aren't we? Yup. Well, I guess we should probably save bobsled run until tomorrow. I guess that makes the final results there. But, you know, we're doing Cake Factory, so... I think doing a cake base is actually pretty easy, though, for me anyway, because I think whenever I managed to trying to do the strawberry job is actually really darn difficult, because you have to specifically time your grabs. Although, this minigame is still impossible to win because, again, with the timing reactions you have to deal with, but still. And somehow we ended up with a draw. Oh, jeez. But at least on the upside is, though, is that, I did manage to able to get, 296 coins. That's almost 300, but couldn't imagine if I was trying to able to reach that amount, but so close. But anyways, that's how Minigame Stadium works. It basically plays exactly like in Mario Party 1 in Pot of Skills, except, well, you know, it plays very similar. And instead of the forms of that weird glopey looking thing we got ourselves a trophy, so that's how it usually goes. And in the end though, it tells us the results of how many coins we got, so yeah, there's nothing else to say about this. So I guess we'll pretty much get endings off here. So join me tomorrow for more of Let's Play of Mario Party 2. It's the fact that we're going to be exploring around in Minigame Park. So I'll see you guys until on tomorrow. Later, fellas.